Artist Seak, Claus, Winkler. This video is an art performance and an art work itself. Yes, laying under my blanket in my art bed and sleeping. Oh, I wake up to the to the question why I'm painting always the same thing. You know, I'm the same styles of the same lettering. Now you see everything here spiegelverkehrt, like mirror reversed, so everything is like what's left is right and what's right is left. The thing is, in the German word Bild means picture, is the English word to build something inside, which sounds super silly now, and it's not autism, it's my Germanic blood memory. Or maybe I take everything literally. Or maybe it's because of my name, Claus Winkler. I take up every signal which comes out of something and transforms it into a Winkler, which is like a Winkler can be like a signal. A wink is like a hint you do with a hand or with something, or with anything. And in the word Winkler, you have the word win. And also the English word win, and the English word for ink, and the English word for in. Yeah. So and when I was here in this house, when I was a child, I am with my sitting there every not every, but almost every Sunday, eating all the cakes for my grandmother. Was super boring here because in terms of like consuming anything, because there was like just 3 to 4 television programs. We had the book Unser Jahrhundert im Bild, which was a history book about the history of the 20th century in pictures with little text. And I was watching this book probably a year long, I don't know, till I could read, and then I started reading the text under the pictures. The book was printed in 1970. That was before I would say CIA funded old 68er, 68er, like did their walks through the system to go on full on anti-European mode, you know, neo-Bolsheviks, if you want to say it like this. So this book was, of course, it was printed under American re-education censorship rules we have here in Germany, indirectly and directly, but people, I mean, like, history is happening, you can speak it in between and you can leave things out, and pictures also of certain protagonists speak also, are asking questions, you know, and not naming anyone here, just make maybe one Leon Trotsky. Why is a guy like this with that name in Russia, in Bolshevik Russia, and doing what he's doing there and how he's looking? It was kind of strange. Also for me being a child, you know, I was really like, and I was always watching this book, and then later I was reading it, and there was also the book of Wilhelm Busch. So, and on the title it said Unser Jahrhundert im Bild, means our century in pictures, or in a picture. But it's a wordplay, because there was like in the middle was the Waffen-SS Leibstandarte marching in black peace uniform. On the left side was the evil the German Emperor Kaiser Wilhelm II in the German summer dress uniform with a cuirass with a metal breastplate. I think they were from like Waterloo, from the French. That would be, and then with the helmet with an eagle on. And on the right side was an American built, but German invented, then from Germans built in America, V2, V1 looking kind of like a rocket, but already in that American upgrade version. But still, it looked like basically like Germany had won the World War and it kept on going after 1945, and we built another rocket, something like that. So, and then below that you had the layout, and it was like black and white everything, and then it was like Unser Jahrhundert im Bild. So, and I programmed myself that like over and over again. It's probably similar to if like, let's say, white couples where the guy in America is a police officer and he's chasing bad guys or criminals from a certain demographic. He takes that energy home, and then his wife wants to mingle or, cohabitate, or, in motels with people of the same demographic, just because he programmed that in. Or I don't know, or like, like you watch on, or salespeople who are really clever, or who, when they have a telephone call, watch on something which they have on their desk, and they program that through their vibes into their client. Now I'm giving away the best hints. No, it's not a lie. It's the best. It's a great hint. I should lie and not say the truth. People can't handle the truth. And then the client is following his intuition or her intuition, and it's pretty much the same way in terms of to build something. And build in Germany means picture, and literally above that saying, the title of that book was this rocket, which was obviously American made, but German. But it's like a hybrid. It looked like the I don't know, the V2 was like what was the second bomb we had, the rocket, which upside down. I think that was the V2, and it looked like V2.1 or V2.2, something like that, but clearly America, a little bit more techy. So I guess it pre-primed me, instead of following my German defensive fighting intuition, because Germany was always like in the middle of Europe. Always we had a fight. It's on our genes just to protect ourselves. So that's why we are a little bit more violent than, for example, the English, because they had less to defend themselves. Defend and we are. So the thing is, the thing is that they kind of, like, with the book, reprogrammed the Germans reading the book into build something. What the boomers then did, because it's a book from the 70s. So and I'm building something. I literally took it literally. I built pictures. It's silly when you speak German to hear I'm building pictures, because build means in Germany means picture. It literally means picture or image. So literally I'm building pictures, and I'm building pictures which look in a way like they are builded with like metal elements. They look like they are constructed, and they look like they are kind of like masculine, powerful, almost weapon tech, space-like, with a hint of tradition. I integrated. So I'm basically, and everything in that book, which was behind, like, the cover of that book, I also became my topic or my theme, or influenced me in my life in one shape or another, to the degree where I can't talk about it because it's the subconscious. And Seak, Claus, Winkler means also, hiding a truth, or like showing a truth, or hiding a truth, not talking about but talking about, or not talking about but then still the truth is oozing out. Let's say if I would, maybe in the future, maybe at some point, because it's necessary, I have to move to the States, to migrate to the States, and then say goodbye to Europe forever. Then I can fully, publicly go on a path and talk about how subconscious things were, why I became an artist, and how my artist, or my lifeline, or my frequency, just because of my name and the connotations in my name, which is DMA, are always like, it's not the only art perception you can have on my work, of course, but it's fun to talk about because it's almost illegal or something. Anyways, so how it slides onto the fact that about the truth and the lying part, because it's I don't know if I just see my name resonating on that frequency because I speak German and English. So I get two flavors of interpretation for my name. Or is it because, maybe in English the name evokes other connotations. But for example, I don't know. This is another topic. So the original question was from the why I'm painting this. Why I'm painting always the same style and or the same picture or the same image or the same letters. Yeah, and it's because they already look like they are builded, So if you and I know this book here, and it sounds so silly, but it's so obvious, and it's probably not sexy to explain it like this because it doesn't appear intellectual. Because with that formula you can deconstruct is deco inside, or you can decamouflage or reverse engineer most patterns those people are doing, and that goes totally different to the story they're telling themselves, why they're doing it, what they're doing, and why they started something. And this is then a lot of ego investment bubbles have to be burst, and it doesn't matter if those people are aligned with my way of how I see the world and self-preserve, or if they are from the other camp. So it doesn't matter. And I also can't control that energy myself, because art and my paintings can work in all directions. It's how do you say that? That is the I don't know. I can deduct this on the letters in my name, and with what other words they are connected to. Plus, also it drills into the truth and forces people into being honest. So this is one interpretation why I'm painting what I'm painting. And because also building means I want to upgrade something. It's the engineer, I'm coming from an engineer family, not just engineers, but also engineers. That means constructing something, building something. It's also in the German DNA, It's making something optimal, perfecting something. So this means upgrading it, getting it, you know how the Germans are. So that's one reason, and painting in Germany or malen that's the blind spot or blind point most people oversee and don't look at. It's how obviously in plain sight the letters or the words, what they're doing, why they're doing it, or double meaning in words are programming the people without knowing it. So that begs the question. This is how psyops work. They probably do things. They choose things just by the name of things, and not by the effect or the obvious effect or results it has, but just by the double meaning it has, maybe also in other languages. It's how I would do it if I would have power and want to do something and make people do something. Anyways, this video is just about art, and I shouldn't talk so much about art. I have to, because of letting the world know what I'm doing. So this is basically sketches, but they are in the wrong direction. So everything you see which goes in this direction goes in truth in that direction, which is kind of silly. But these are basically sketches. For example, these are all small A's. All small A's. And they are like the basic raw sketch, but you have to imagine them. For example, they are like the same. For example, here's another small A. This is also a small A, but you have to see it in the other direction. There's more. I think this is also a small A. Not sure. This is a small E. This is an S, or it looks also like this. It looks like a Z, but it's like an S. It just goes the other way around. This is also an A, but it goes the other way around. And here are basically other versions of it as sketches. This is all miniatures in a way, because I'm coming from where this can look like have the size of a whole house or something, and it would take me the same amount of time, and it would be probably more fun. Yeah, but so yeah, so, and I'm also doing things like this here. This says wir, like means we. It also it looks kind of phallic. I don't know why. I'm average equipped, so I don't get any thoughts. But that wir could also mean like irritation or something. It's like if you go into that route of interpretation, it's like where people call their girlfriends donkey, because then the women or the girlfriend thinks for decades that there's assumed there will be also someone who is like equipped like a donkey, you know, but just like a carrot they never get or something, or they get, but you never know, and you asking yourself the question, oh, this feels kind of there's no grip. This is like, yeah. Anyways, but we were still talking about art here. So and there's someone famous or someone better known who knows more about letters than me. So said, I don't know who it was that letters are cripples in a way. That's the problem. So so I'm doing also stuff like this. This is from 2013. That's the first time I saw it. This was ready. I really love how the colors here are. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is also for me, and maybe in the future I will combine these two techniques. And here's a Seak style, more like a sketch style. I'm trying to play out with new things and where it takes me. And those paper works are more like for a learning process. It's how to learn to work with, to play with new ideas, new styles, new techniques. Because I was so kind of like stuck in 2010 or something on my canvases, just spray cans, and then all the details was markers, and it was like I was like a human Apple Mac. I was like like a printer, the markers are really good to make precise details, but this gets kind of sterile at a while, and you want to have more. So then a friend of mine gave me an advice, and I started to work almost like painting with brush or more with fingers. I did everything with fingers and painted a lot with acrylics and also with oil, and mixing it and playing with new ideas. And I explained that also in other videos. Yeah, and now I'm painting with everything. So I really like this, how these colors are. It's beautiful. It's a pity that this piece is so small. Yeah, and this is also an experiment. I taped also a lot of it here. And just it's a time grave in a way. So let's show you some more. Wait. Here we got a Seak style on the back side of a canvas. This is an S. And the canvas I bought or built in, I guess, 2000 or in 1989, maybe 2000. And till then I'm painting it from both sides. This is like a full Seak style. And I kind of faded over it with spray can a little bit, because maybe in the future I will then will put something in the foreground, something small, so that has like multiple layers. So this is like the premium background. Yeah. So see you in the next video. Yeah, like, share, follow. You know the drill. Thank you for your support.